Some stitches, they belong together. This one's giving lace royalty marries modern minimalism. One soft, loopy, and dramatic. The other's neat, structured, and chill. Put them together, and boom, crochet chemistry. Hey crochet friends, I'm Mo, your crochet companion, and today we're playing matchmaker, because when hairpin lace meets filet crochet, you don't just get texture, you get magic. If you haven't made the hairpin bobble lace yet, go check out my hairpin meets bobble tutorial first. That's where this love story begins. And don't worry, I'll still be here when you get back. Once your hairpin lace strip is ready, it's time to frame it with filet crochet. Think of this as giving your lace the red carpet treatment, something that makes those loops pop while keeping everything beautifully balanced. Myself, I am actually using this, here, let me move my loom here. I am actually using this, it's Lion Brand Mandala string, and let me tell you what, this is absolutely wonderful for hairpin lace. It just, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like velvet when I'm crocheting with it. That's the best thing I can say. It's like kind of a slicker, I wouldn't even say it's slick, but it's like, it's got a smooth texture and it just kind of rolls when it comes to hairpin lace. So this was just a random buy out of the blue one time. And look at these colors. Look at these colors. Anyway, so it was a random buy one time when I think I was at Hobby Lobby maybe. I don't know, but let me tell you what, I've actually looked it up on Google because I'm going to get some more of these. They're absolutely wonderful. And then the hook size that I used was a 2mm. So that's what I use, and that's what I would recommend for this particular project. Okay, I gotta ask, let's settle this once and for all. Are you team perfect symmetry or team beautiful chaos? Would you frame both sides evenly or offset one just to make it artsy? Drop your vote in the comments. Let's see who's secretly the rebel in the room. Okay, are y'all ready to get down to business now? So obviously I still have mine on my hair loom. And I do have an extra little tip that I will show you what to do when you accidentally get to the end of your work and you're like, oh, I missed a loop, right? So I'll show you what you can do. And I actually did that on purpose, missed a loop on purpose, just so you guys can see what you can do. So, all right, we're taking our hairpin off the loom. I know, I'm so dramatic, right? Okay, here comes the fun stuff, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to add our yarn piece to this piece right here. Well, maybe. So we're taking this one, and I like to look at how it sits here. So you see how this is in the front, and then this loop kind of tugs at the back. Let me go a little bit closer here so you can see what I'm talking about. So we got that. This is your loop as a whole, and you want to kind of be checking to see which part is in the front, which is in the back. That way you can stay consistent with which one you actually have at the top. So like this one, I want it to be like that. Okay, so normally with Irish lace, or not Irish, I've got Irish lace on the brain because I haven't been doing much of it lately, and I'm really wanting to get back into it, but I'm waiting a while before I start teaching you all how to do the Irish lace. So with the filet crochet, you know that your base foundation of the filet crochet is a chain, and so we want to take that same concept and do that here. So I'm going to add, make sure that I've got it in the right here. I'm going to add my yarn to the top of this loop right here. And it's just a simple, we're going to pull our yarn through just like a slip stitch or chain. And then I'm going to crochet over that yarn piece right there and create a single crochet. Just like that. Let me demonstrate that again. We're going to take that new yarn, and you notice that I'm holding that yarn in place with my thumb and middle finger. We're going to do a chain of 1. Now I'm going to crochet over that thread, that same thread, pull up that loop, and put a single crochet right there at the top. Now, because this is filet crochet that we're adding to it, I am going to do a chain of 2 in between each loop. So you'll do a chain of 2, then we're going to go into that next loop, making sure that you're paying attention to which one you have on top. And it doesn't matter. You can have the bottom on the top and the top on the bottom. It's whatever floats your boat and rocks your world. So there we go. Now I've got my next loop ready, and I'm just going to do another single crochet right at the top there. We're going to chain a 2. And I would actually recommend, so before you get completely done, do kind of a gauge. So because the bobble stitch is a little bit fatter, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to how many loops we have in between. I just do 2 because that's the general count when it comes to filet crochet, but you might find that you need to do an extra one in between. You'll just need to make sure that you're paying attention to your count, how many stitches you have at the end of your row, so that you can make sure that you have enough chains in between, chains and stitches to do the filet crochet. All right, so now we're going to go into the next one. It's definitely not what I would consider a beginner-friendly stitch. We'll just put it that way. We're getting into some creative stuff here. We're going to do a chain of 2, go to the top, pay attention to which one we have on the top, do a single crochet, and then on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and finish adding my loops together, and then I'll show you the next row. Okay, I have gotten to the end of my row, and so I just landed it on a single crochet. So to finish off your filet part, we're just going to do a chain of 5 at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn our work. I actually just made a really simple design where I was doing a closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed kind of thing. So that's going to be your chain of 5, and then we're going to do an open block to begin with. That's an open block. So if you decide you want to do a closed block, you just need to do a chain of 2 or a chain of 3, whichever it is that you personally use when it comes to a double crochet turning. So, but if you're doing an open block like I am, I'm going to do the chain of 5 and then keep on going. And then I do the closed block next. So you just do like you would regular filet crochet. Do 3 double crochets, 2 of them in the chains itself, 1 in the double or the single crochet. There you go. And then the chain of 2 into that next single crochet, double crochet in that next one. Then we'll do and my ball is trying to sneak up on me again. I always have that problem, don't I? Always trying to sneak up on me. All right, now the double crochet, 3 double crochets in the next 2 chains and single crochet. More worried about my ball sneaking up on me than I am doing my stitch here. So there you go. So that's the basic idea of what I do, but you can come up with any design that you want. So if, like, I thought about doing a diamond pattern, and you just keep going like that until you get whatever it is that you want. So like for this, I just alternated my open and close blocks, and I did like 3 rows on each side. It wasn't fancy, nothing too fancy. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what could be possible. If you're doing like a shawl, a fancy shawl, you could do even do like 2 rows of the hairpin lace and have the filet crochet in between each one. Kind of giving it a little bit of a visual here. Let's see what we can do. So it would kind of sort of I know it's not finished, so there's really not a really great visual, but you kind of get the idea. So you're basically doing two strands of hairpin lace and then the filet crochet in between, and then you would just attach it at both sides. So yeah, that would be interesting. I haven't figured out how to do that one yet, but that will probably be next. So at this juncture, we have one, and then we would put the second one next to it. You know, I just thought of that. That's actually would be really pretty. So instead of doing the filet crochet in between, you would do 2 strands together, and then you would do the filet crochet on the edges. That would be really quite neat, wouldn't it? I think it would be. And as promised, I'm going to show you. Now I got to find my little loop that I purposely left off. There it is. Right there. And we're going to need to get, first of all, we'll need yarn that looks close to the same color as this filet crochet part. Okay, so just to back it up just a little bit here, I wanted to show you that when you are, so you don't have to do this. Hopefully you won't have to do this. But what I do is I just kind of dangle my work just a little bit. I can't really demonstrate it very well here, but I dangle my work a little bit and kind of shake it out to see if any loops drop down. If they do, then obviously this is the best time to do it because you haven't gotten very far. So like say if it was dangling down here, then you would just back up a little ways, but I do that before I start getting into my filet crochet, just like right after I've finished my first joining row. Back to what we were going to before we got distracted, which is easy to do when it comes to me. So we have one little loop here that's kind of going, hey, hello, you missed me. So what I do when I do that, and I've already gotten this far, and I'm like, shoot, I don't want to go back that far. So I just take a piece of thread that is very similar to the same color as my filet crochet work, and then I just kind of sneak it up in there. Just grab that, take my needle, and sneak it up in there. And you can just do a real quick knot just to kind of put it in place, and then you can just tie your ends off. The only person that's going to notice that it's been fudged is you. So then you would just take that and weave your ends in, hide it in there like nothing ever happened, right? And there you go. You've created a hidden loop. Now you can't even tell the difference that you had a random stray. Once you have the one side attached, you can mirror it on the other side, or if you want to, you can just let your loops hang on one side. That's completely up to you. Basically, once you're done, you suddenly have a structured frame around the airy lace. It's like giving your stitchwork a couture border. And as you can see, the filet crochet brings order, hairpin lace brings drama. Together, it's balance. That open grid of the filet keeps your lace flat, while the lace center adds depth and movement. You can use this for scarves, wraps, or even a decorative cardigan panel. It's lightweight, elegant, and absolutely stunning when blocked. And yes, you will have to block this because it will look wonky if you do not, but it will be smooth as butter once you do. So, and I did just do a steam block. If you've never used a steam block to block anything, I would recommend watching my video on steam blocking. And that, my friends, is your newest power couple in crochet. If you give this one a try, tag me. I'd love to see your color combos and how you make it your own. I really would. If you guys have an ability to tag me in social media so I can see what it is that you all are working on and making, I would love that. And if you think of any new combinations, let me know. I'll give them a try with you. But until next time, keep those stitches spicy and may you never lose your hook.